Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. And welcome, everyone. We are excited to be here with you again. When we're talking about infinite mastery, we are really talking about the mastery of our beingness. And this means that we go back and reclaim aspects of ourself, of our soul that has splintered off. And my guest today is a beautiful woman who uses Reiki healing and shamanic journeying, power animals to help us in this process. Amunta Sunna is here with us for this quantum conversation. Hello, Amunta.
Hello, Lauren. So excited to be here with you today. And my gratitude goes out to you and everyone who's tuning in live and on the replay. My intention, I always like to set an intention for today, is that the healing transmission will be tangibly felt in your hearts and will just help you to transform your life and transcend.
Beautiful. This is the whole mission of our program here, to raise the vibration of the planet and to assist all who want to help themselves and their families and others. As we know, it's really important, the information that we expose ourselves to. And so this is high vibrational information that will be revealed through the heart space in the truth that it holds. And it's different for each individual. And so in today's lesson, we're talking about healing through Reiki and power animal retrieval. But this goes to the inner child. This goes to a core aspect of who we are. Amunta, please share with us how this was developed, because this is a new model that you've come up with. How did this happen?
Thank you so much, Lauren. So it's really interesting because I started off my awakening journey with being told that I was a shaman. And so I really got into shamanic journeying and learning every aspect of it. And it's been with me for several years now. And then just in the last few years, I got into Reiki healing. And so I was, for the most part, doing them separately. And I tapped in and I got some guidance from my guides and saying, oh, combining them, just try it. So I've done that now, and it's just beautiful how it all kind of like flows. I sat down and literally, I didn't know exactly. This happens to me a lot, Loren. Like I'll sit down and not know exactly how it's going to pan out in the end, but I'll start channeling. And then it comes out just beautifully. And this is how I came up with this. I was listening to some very healing frequencies and just tuning in with my journeying and my healing. And it just started flowing, where normally I take people through a beautiful journey to cleanse and clear out their chakras and visibly seeing where they need healing, and then combining with the inner child. Now, this is a very, most of us have at our core, with our inner child, connects to not only this life, but traumas from past lives. So that's where the shamanic journeying and the power animal retrieval, or some shamans call it soul retrieval as well, comes in. Because sometimes in our life, when we're blocked, when we can't move forward, and we've tried all the healings, we've tried everything, it comes down to an inner child issue. It comes down to some trauma that we experience either in this life or, again, even a past life. And a lot of people are not even aware that you have what's called a power animal. You come in with that. when your soul comes before your, there's a power animal that agrees to be your guide throughout your life. And sometimes when we have a traumatic experience, we're disconnected from our power animal, which can also affect our inner child as well. So it all kind of made sense. It all kind of comes together. And so my guides, my higher self said, why don't you just add the Reiki in there, and then the healing transmission will come together. And it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful how it all kind of like just flows. And this happens with all of my sessions. I get intuitive hits as I'm going through them, and visibly shown. I work a lot with the archangels, where to send the healing to. So yes.
Beautiful. We love how you are here facilitating a healing space for so many. All right, so interesting that the blocks in our lives is this trauma in past lives or this life, or it could even be ancestral. Would you say it even in the ancestral lines as well that we're carrying in our genes?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. It really gets down to the core. There are those three levels. So if someone is feeling that they're blocked and they're working with their inner child, and then we cut out and find the trauma. So this can be a repeating cycle to get all the way back to those, clearing those bloodlines, clearing those ancestral lines. Because a lot of people are not even aware of that, but that is absolutely how far back it can go, especially if you come in and you're with gifts and you're someone who is meant to be a leader, like ourselves. That absolutely can stem all the way back to those ancestral lines. And I found that myself really working with that and cutting those cords
Mm.
and working through those. And it's like night and day when you find where that core, I work with looking for the core block, where that is, tuning into that. And that's what your power animal can help you do as well. It's literally here to help you work through those traumas and
Interesting.
find exactly where that point is.
We're going to talk more about this because the power animal, wow, I've got some questions on that. I wanted to share as well that as you were speaking just now, it's amazing. Everyone watching and listening to this, everyone is a new earth leader, whether they are aware of it or not. That's why they're tuning in and doing this work. And what we find is when we clear through these layers, this baggage of trauma and the blocks, there are so many gifts that come forward. There are new ideas, new solutions for New Earth that people bring forward. We've had a number of people report spontaneous light language, singing
Yes.
or speaking it, and I love that. Or just tuning in and really trusting what it is that they're getting from within. This connection with the higher self is clearer and more connected. So, isn't it interesting that the majority of us, as you say, we're leaders, but so many of us are hesitant to be out in the world, to be seen, to be heard as well. And so that I feel for me, and maybe that's the intention that I'll hold today and in the work that we do, is that it goes all the way back to Lemuria for me. And there's this like a core wound. You mentioned core wounds. I still feel a deep responsibility for, see, I'm going to cry now, for Lemuria, for the fall of Lemuria. And so this needs to be healed. And this, I mean, this is like one of the last final things that keeps coming up to be repeated. So, what are your thoughts on that? Because this is an indication that there's still more work to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I totally connected to you when you said that, because my journey was interesting, and I was working a lot with Lemuria, but recently I've been more connected to Atlantis and healing those timelines as well.
Yes, yep.
So
Hmm.
this goes way back, because if you look at the history that is now coming forward of what happened, how we disconnected from source. So really at the core, this goes all the way back to source.
Yes.
How we, during those times of Lemuria, Atlantis, and even Avalon, I recently did a Merlin transmission too. But it goes back to those timelines. And when we chose, as you know, as a humanity, as a whole, to disconnect ourselves, to see, we made a decision to see what it would be like to disconnect from source. And so those exact timelines with Lemuria and Atlantis, Avalon, are where I believe personally, where it stems from, where the core is stemmed from, because that's the point when those societies got so close to bringing in the new earth, but then they fell back. So like, it's like such a huge responsibility, but at the same time, we're killing it. We're doing, like, that's not a great word to use, but we're beyond at this point. So I completely resonate with you and your heart on that one, Lauren, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. As we can open up our heart chakras more and more and more and embody this, we'll find that it will become easier for us to release these traumas and continue to raise our own vibrations while we're continuing to raise the vibration of the planet into the new earth.
Wow, cool. All right. Well, we are going to experience a session today to connect with our power animal, and we're going to talk more about that. I just wanted to share, though, something pretty personal. And because I feel that others are going through this too. When we open our hearts, we can see that things are magnetized to us. On the flip side of that, though, there's still a vulnerability. And so I'm sensing right now, even within myself, that I'm still sheltering my heart a little bit because of the vulnerability. It still hurts, and I can feel that hurt. So I think I'm going to work with this today as well. So these just help us identify some of these core wounds. And isn't that interesting? I mean, we all say, let's live in the heart. We live in the heart, but yet there's still a vulnerability. And that vulnerability of feeling pain has me see, what if it was possible that unconditional love means that no hearts will ever hurt again? We'll stop hurting. We won't hurt anyone else. And this is how we evolve love. We talk about evolving love. What does that mean? It really means being in the space where our love won't hurt anyone. I can't articulate that clearly, but anyway, that's what I'm sensing right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with you. And I feel that this is something that is new to us. And so that's why we feel vulnerable. But as we come together in these communities, creating these 5D conversations, these 5D communities, we come together in this unity consciousness, and we can allow ourselves to be more vulnerable because we've set up those walls and those boundaries, which are necessary for the 3D world, right? For those people. But as we are able to come together as in our 5D communities with these conversations, with these healing transmissions more and more and more, we're able to find the balance, I feel, between still being able to hold the boundaries as needed, but becoming more vulnerable and allowing our heart to open more and more. And I feel like it's just going to become a natural like it's going to spread like wild, like it's going to start in the most uplifting way, become infectious, and the love will just spread. And then there will be one day, one beautiful day, where we no longer need to set those boundaries. And I truly believe that that is coming faster and faster.
Yes. Yes. All right. This kind of gets controversial when we look at the news, and some are like, don't lower your vibration by looking at the news. But I'm a journalist,
Yeah.
and I don't watch, I'm a television and radio journalist, and I can't stomach television and radio news at
Mm.
all anymore. So I read, and what I do is I see it from a perspective of not taking any sides at all, but being totally neutral at what's going down. And I read between the lines, and I see new earth more and more. And what we talk a lot about is that we are in a pressure cooker. These times are a pressure cooker where we are surrendering simply to love. And I love what you say there, because I see that day where it's a surrender to love. And I think it's an ugly small minority that's being loud and right now. And I think that many people are leaning towards love more and more, where there's going to be a lack of tolerance for anything less than that. So it's pretty exciting. What's your take on the whole scene and the shift of this age?
Wow. Well, I am like you. I really try to stay out of the news unless it's something that is really, but I'm seeing a lot of things happen that are just setting off this chain reaction of signs of the new earth. I will give you a perfect example. I attended back in May a beautiful spiritual retreat in Tulum, Mexico, and it was about 140 people there. While we were there, normally the time that we were there, the ocean is completely full of seaweed and you can't really swim. We infused these beautiful crystals, quartz crystals, hundreds of crystals under a pyramid for 5 days, and send our healing transmissions to the area. And by the third day, that we was a 5-day retreat, everything had cleared. And all of the hotel staff, the resort staff, was giving us testimonies about it. They were raving about it. And it was really I could see their hearts transitioning and making people who had no idea into believers of miracles and seeing these miracles right before their eyes. So I believe that we should be aware of things that are going on, but not attached to the fear.
Yes.
Attached to how can we, continue to send healing? How can we continue? Of course, we're all going to have days where we're not in that highest vibrational state, but if you can become the observer of your thoughts and feelings and just allow it, recognize it. And this is part of the inner child. This is perfect because this is part of the inner child healing. If we can stop pushing those things down, our emotions and feelings down, and holding them in our solar plexus most of the time, and become the observer of these and allow them, then it's going to help us to find the balance. Oh my gosh, it's 2:22 on my computer right now too. I love it.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my take on it. I feel that we're able to tangibly create these healing results as this chaotic times, and this
Yeah.
is how we can navigate these chaotic times, by really staying in recognizing our own thoughts and feelings and just allowing
Yes.
them to be and letting them go.
And the power of the group synergy, the power of the group visualization, really, oh, wonderful. And if that's when those stories get into the news, and they will, trust me, they will get into the news because every journalist is upgrading as well. And you know what? When I was a journalist, I wanted to do stories like that, but I was told, no, get off it. So here we are today with the platforms like YouTube. It makes it so much easier. So beautiful, the power of people coming together to create magic like that. It is real, and it will be more in the mainstream as we go along. So thank you for that. Okay, let's talk about the power animal. Let's talk more about this, and then we can take a little journey and an experience with you. So you were saying that our power animal comes in with us. How would one, many of us would never even know unless we close our eyes and say, oh, you know what? I feel like an eagle. I felt that. Like I felt like an eagle, like I can see that. Is that what's going on here, or is it different? I guess that my question is really, how would one come to realize or recognize or learn what their power animal is?
Simply by learning how to do a very basic shamanic journey. And when you start the basics of a shamanic journey, I'll just say that there's what's called the lower world, the middle world, and the upper world. Most of the time when someone is starting off and they've never ever done it before, and this is what I do for the power animal, we go to the lower world, which is not, contrary to what you might be thinking, is not a bad thing. That's just what they're called. You go to the journeying, taking a beautiful journey to the lower world, and I'll talk you through that. And you just set the intention that you would like to be connected with your personal power animal, even if you have no idea what animal that might be. It's going to be different for everybody. What is my power animal? And you can set two intentions. So one, I would like to meet my power animal. Two, I would like to know from my power animal why it chose me, why we chose each other before we came in, and what my power animal has to teach me in this lifetime. And then once you get that, then you know what your power animal is after the first time that you've done it. And you can continue to journey, even if you're just working with the basics and you're always going to the lower world. That's totally fine for a beginner, even into intermediate. And you can continue to do that, and because you can do so many things with your power animal and asking it simple questions, and it will definitely take you on amazing journeys. And you can get answers to questions, things that are blocking you, pretty much just about anything, really.
Through this work with the power animal. Okay. Well, we're excited to experience this. This is a great time now for a little journey or something you'd like to share with us.
So many shamans use either a drum or a rattle. What I would like to do first is just briefly, before we start the journey, I would like to ground us and just clear out all of our chakras, because that's the Reiki part of it. But I won't go into my whole Reiki section. We'll just do a 5-minute segment with clearing that out. And then what we will do after that is we'll take the short journey to the lower world. And I will ask you all to set an intention, what your intention is. So your intention for this journey is exactly that: to meet your power animal and to ask it what it has to teach you, why it came. And then maybe we can share afterwards with the audience and they can tell us what they saw. And I would love to connect with them and kind of answer questions and channel answers through that as well. Does that sound good?
Perfect. We're excited. Thank
Okay,
you.
so I won't start the rattle until the actual journey, but we're going to start with the grounding. So I would like everyone to please close their eyes. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths And as you take a deep breath, I want you to imagine all of your chakras opening up all the way up to your crown chakra. And when you release, when you exhale, you can choose to either exhale through your heart chakra or your root chakra. So all the way from the bottom, take a deep breath in, opening up all of your chakras, and release. Deep breath in, opening everything up, and release. And one more deep breath in, just opening everything up, pouring this beautiful angelic white light through your body, and release. Now we're going to ground. So I want you to imagine that you're standing outside. It's a beautiful sunny day, and there's a beautiful tree of your choice out in nature. Your feet are bare, you're standing, and we're going to deeply ground into Mother Gaia, Earth, down into the beautiful core energy. And we're going to pull up this beautiful core angelic white light and open up all of your chakras. So deeply grounding into the earth now. And as we pull up this golden energy, we're coursing through your feet, all the way up your legs, to your hips, all the way up to your root chakra at the base of your spine. This is your beautiful grounding source, your sense of safety and security. Calling in beautiful Archangel Michael to help ground us, clear out any blocks that we're having in our root chakra in this area, knowing that we are completely safe and protected at all times. And now scanning up to our sacral chakra, which is just below our belly button. This is our sense of our creativity, our sensuality, our sexuality, just clearing out any blocks that we may have here, preventing us from living our best creative life. Calling in Archangel Ariel now to help completely clear and cleanse out this beautiful chakra area. Moving up to your solar plexus chakra, just above your navel. This is your power source, your self-confidence, your growth, your personal power. Clearing out, calling in Archangel Chamuel now to completely clear out and cleanse anything holding you back in this area with this chakra to move forward and take action in your life, taking divine action and connecting you to your purpose. Clearing and cleansing that out now. And then scanning up to your heart chakra in the middle of your chest. This, of course, is for connecting you to your own self-love, self-worth, as well as unconditional love for all other beings, life forces on this planet. Calling in Archangel Raphael now to completely heal our hearts, tear down those walls so we can become vulnerable with full purity and unconditional love. Clearing and cleansing this out. We're also going to connect to all of the elements for our journey. So we're already connected to Gaia through our grounding cords in our feet. So through the heart now, I want you to imagine that there is a water source just behind you. This can be whatever you choose, a lake, a river, an ocean. Just feel through your heart being connected to the water element and the water source now. And then in front of you is a fire source. This could be a campfire, a fireplace, or even a candle. Connecting through your heart to the fire source as well now. And we're standing up to your throat chakra now. This is your ability to speak up for yourself, speak your personal truth with confidence and balance, as well as your communicating skills and becoming a better listener. Calling in Archangel Gabriel now to completely clear and cleanse out this chakra for us. so that we may feel empowered to speak our truth and really connect with others in the way that we need to in a healing way. Standing up to our third eye in the middle of our forehead now. This beautiful chakra of connecting us to our intuition, our higher self. Calling in Archangel Metatron now to completely clear and cleanse out any blocks that are holding us back and self-doubt, that are holding us back from connecting with our highest intuition, our highest inner guidance in our own higher selves. Now scanning up to the top of our head with where our crown chakra is, connecting us to all of our angels, all of our guides, all of our star families, and even source. Calling in Archangel Uriel to completely clear and cleanse out this chakra and anything blocking us from our divine connection. Scanning a little bit beyond your head and connecting you to the air element now, as well as the moon and the sun and the stars and beyond in the universe, omniverse, and multiverse. Now we're going to take one final deep breath in. And as we do that, I want you to feel all of your chakras clearing and cleansing out, and this angelic white light completely clearing and cleansing you on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, energetic level. So a deep breath in here. And release. So now we are fully connected and we can go into the journey. You feel the energy, like I'm like sweating right now. So I needed to take a drink of water quickly. All right. So now that we're grounded, connected, and cleared out, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes again. And we're going to go on this journey. Set the intention in your heart. Our intention is to connect with each individual of our personal power animal, and to ask our power animal why they chose us, why we chose each other, and what it is they have to teach us today. And if you get that far, you can also add the question at the end to be shown your traumas or your inner child blocks that need to be healed. You can add that at the end as well. So here we go, and I will guide you through it. While you're standing out in nature, deeply grounded into the ground, and you see a hole in the ground or a tunnel, your choice, or a cave, just climb down, 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 down. Feel the earth underneath your feet. Climbing down a ladder, climbing through the dirt, however, whatever feels best to you, climbing down. We're journeying, and I'm going to sing for a moment till we get there. We walk in beauty. So you're at this beautiful opening of this beautiful cave now, or opening to the lower world, and you see a beautiful light, and you just press through it and you go completely easily through the barrier here, and you come into a beautiful landing where you can feel as if you're on the earth here, but you know you're in a different place. And you can see a beautiful, just look around you and see what you see. Do you see a forest? Do you see a meadow? Do you see pine trees? Do you see an ocean? What does this beautiful place look like? Experience this as you tune into this transmission here. May the long time sun shine upon you. All surround you, and pure light within you. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Now you've arrived. For me, it's a beautiful forest, but whatever you see is welcome here. Look around you. Use all of your senses, setting the intention now to be greeted with a beautiful power animal. Who is my personal power animal? Please present yourself to me now. And as this power animal comes into your presence, deeply connect with it on a soul level and begin to remember why you chose it and why it chose you. Next, dance. Sing whatever you are feeling. This can be an emotional experience, a deep remembering for you, connecting with your power animal at the soul level. Feel the joy of the remembrance of this animal that has been gifted to you, and smell the presence, feel the presence, hear the presence, see the presence in front of you. And coming into a beautiful open area, your power animal now greets you and connects with you on that deep soul level. Setting the intention now and simply asking your power animal, why did you choose me? Why did we choose each other in this life? what do you have to teach me in this life? However your power animal connects with you is best for you. It may be through your mind. It may be through symbols. It may be through visuals. Your power animal may take you on a ride through the mountains, the valleys to show you beautiful scenery. However your power animal connects, just flow and allow that to happen. So now tuning in and setting the intention, power animal. Why did we choose each other? Why did you choose me? And show me what you have to teach me in this life. Now, feel this, know this. You may have so many questions, or you may be overpowered with joy to be reunited with your beautiful personal power animal. Know that from this point on, your power animal will be with you for your life. You will never lose the connection. You can speak with your power animal at any time. There are many lessons that you will learn through your power animal on a daily basis. So if you have gotten this far and you would like to go as far to ask today to be shown what your inner child issues are, what traumas do you need to remember? Let's set the intention to be shown those from our power animal so that we may start to work with and heal these traumas in our inner child to integrate that now. Let's tune into this now. Now, if you've gotten that far, we're going to end before we come back to a beautiful healing cave, a Lumerian healing cave. So we're gonna go to the beautiful river of life. Your power animal is leading you up a hill, through a valley, wherever you are, down a mountain, to the beautiful river of life. Just imagine yourself jumping in, getting into this beautiful boat. And we're gonna row across the river of life all the way to the beautiful healing cave. You can see the cave, you're just flowing now through the water. You can see a beautiful light at the other side, calling you, beckoning you. And we gently dock and come into this beautiful cave. And there's a blue light that's guiding us. And at the door of this beautiful healing room, in this healing cave, the archangels are waiting for us, as well as, in addition to connecting with your power animal today, you may ask to want to connect with either your personal angel or a guide. It could be a star family if you choose. Either way, the archangels are here for us to invite you into this healing temple to now heal, to start the work on the healing of the trauma or the inner child that you have identified at the core. So welcoming you into this healing room, and you're invited to lay down in a beautiful blue crystal Lumerian healing temple, healing bed. Just lay down and feel the healing and the love in this beautiful room. And the angels and guides and guardians and ancestors are all hovering over you, sending you this beautiful healing and love and empowering you to connect to your source, and to clear and cleanse this out. And you feel this healing transmission going through your body now as you gain clarity and you open up your heart with unconditional love, tearing all the walls down. And you gently get up at this time and thank the angels, thank the ancestors, thank your power animal, as we gently stand here in awe for one more minute and just take in these healing transmissions before we come back. And as you turn to thank the archangels and the guides and go, Archangel Michael comes up to you and gifts you with a personal farewell gift. This could be any gift, a sword of light, anything engraved of your choice that you can take with you and hold in your heart so that you may continue to connect with your guides and your power animal as well. So just gently leaving this place now, this beautiful cave, getting back into the boat in the river of life, flowing across the river, down the river, coming to the other side where our power animal welcomes us and is bringing us back to the original spot that we started in the lower world. And you stand in awe, connecting once more with your power animal in love and knowing that you can come back here at any time you choose. You can connect with your power animal and your personal guides for healing or anything you need at any time. And your power animal thanks you and you thank it and you bow and you go to the door and wave and you start your journey back up from the lower world through the cave or up the ladder, whatever way you came. So grateful with so much gratitude and love in your heart, feeling renewed, feeling healed, feeling transformed. Climbing back up now to the place in nature where we started. Now, coming back gently into the room where you are, we're going to take one more deep breath and ground ourselves before we come back. Go ahead and breathe in. And release. Gently roll your neck and your shoulders. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. How was that?
That was beautiful. It even began before we even got there. Part of the journey going there, I began to see my animal, and it was interesting to see where my head came into play. But through the end of all of it, it was so beautiful. And we actually are welcoming everyone to share their experience. You can raise your hand, we can unmute you, or you can share it in the chat. Now, what I wanted to say is such a love connection. Mine was a cougar or a mountain lion, and it gives me strength and courage and grace. And it's stealth and suave, or that's not the right word, but it actually came in for me personally to know that I can stand in my power and that the strength will help me leap out of there whenever I need. And this is very interesting because then it brings up the dream space. It linked into my dream space where this animal has been in my dreams, a recurring dream. And that was really incredible. And the dream has changed where I would have the cougar legs or the mountain lion legs and be in the dream leaping on the ground. But that has morphed over the years into my legs turning into that. And in the dream, jumping like that, getting out of situations with the jumping. I had one just recently the other night. And then the jumping turned into flying, jump and fly. So that was really magical. and really powerful.
That's beautiful though. Thank you for sharing yours. That's amazing. And I just wanted to mention that I didn't want to overwhelm anybody, but after you start working with your personal power animal for a while, if you really enjoy shamanic journeying, and it can become a lifelong thing, there may be times throughout your journey that different power animals come in as well for a short period of time to help us with different transitions in our life, different lessons in our life. So you can work with several power animals, but know that your main power animal is always going to be there for you. It's funny that you say, and the reason why I say that is because I had a cougar come in for a short period of time into my life when I needed power and strength. My main one, and it's funny that you said eagle, because my main one that I was gifted in the very beginning is an eagle. But it's transitioned into different things like a phoenix as well. So it's very interesting as you go through your journey how that can. And I totally forgot to mention when you were talking about Lumerian, and I almost had to stop, but I was like, no, I'm in the middle of a journey, I better not. When you were talking about Lumerian, because I always take everyone at the end to the cave, the Lumerian healing cave, and we do that. So it was like I could feel the heart like connecting completely when we went there too.
Yeah. Chills on this, and that is very wonderful. So thank you. You've answered Marilena's question. Could it be
Yes.
possible that we met two power animals? She got a
Yeah,
dragon and a lion.
that's amazing. Yes, absolutely. You can have more than one. So some people do have more than one. You can tune in when you decide to do another one. You can tune in and maybe say, is there one that is here to teach me current lessons or not? But having two is great. I also work with dragons. I recently got a couple of dragons, so I can tune into that energy as well.
Interesting. Yes. Okay. And then the thing that it helps us to heal, that was a really powerful experience as well. So yeah, for me, really, I'm gonna have to ponder that and be with it. But it was so lovely to be with the heart of that mountain lion, the cougar, the mountain lion,
Yeah.
because I know it and I know its soul. And there was a little tears that came through for that. And then the child wounding, I can see, I just felt the love and the support of that animal um, when I was a little child, and how I was shown how I hid myself, whether it was from, I couldn't articulate where that came from, whether it was the family that came in to say, shut up, don't be so wild and crazy, or whatever, but I could see where um, playing it small and hiding. And so that was really healing and profound. So I would like to also share some comments that come through from our chat line. Linda, now this is Linda, and I think Linda had a question earlier that I'm going to go back up to because you can help her. Yes, okay. So Linda shares that she saw flashing colors, green, golden, yellow, red, and violet in the forehead and third eye area. And then she got the impression of a wolf. She says, another healer told me in the past I had a white wolf guide. And why the colors? I usually dream later at night, the answer. But why the colors?
Well, that is an indication of number one, your third eye opening and being able to really tune into energies. When you get colors like that, it could be, for me, that's the colors of like lighting up your chakras. So because we cleared out the chakras, so that could be several things. That could be you tuning into the energy of the session, tuning into your chakras. opening your third eye, as well as you kind of felt that in the third eye. I would say that it would definitely have a lot to do with that, because everybody is shown differently how everyone connects differently with their personal power animals. So you may connecting with your wolf through your third eye, and like telepathically, you may have telepathic conversations with your wolf. And yeah, definitely in dreams. And going back to what you said, Lauren, about dreams as well, they can connect with you. Your guides can connect with you through symbolism, through dreams as well. You can even set an intention before you go to bed to connect through your dreams and to be shown, just ask, do these colors specifically mean something to me? They could also have to do with auras, because I do read energy and auras as well. You might have been feeling that.
Yes, beautiful. Okay. Linda also says that she felt some energy push through dense areas. Yes.
That's good. That's good.
There was a comfort there. I just want to say that word comfort. There was a deep comfort. Okay.
Yeah.
Jacqueline says, I saw a loon and her chicks in the shallows of a lake in the woods, showing me strength, freedom, protectiveness, allowing me to speak my truth.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. See, they will show you exactly whatever intention you're set, they will show you exactly what you need to see. So trust that. And, however crazy, a lot of people think I'm crazy for going on a shamanic journey, or maybe not the people that are here, but like, I'm crazy. I see these crazy images. Never think that. In fact, trust your intuition, tune into that and trust that. And I would also like to add to Linda's comment about the dense areas too. And we can talk about this in a minute too, but for a personal one-on-one session, this is how I would work with a group. But for a personal one-on-one session, we would go deeper in identifying those areas and really pushing those traumas out and healing them and working. So that was basically just a really short version of what you're going to get.
That was a short version with an etheric rattle. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And Tracy, wow, good ones in the comments. Tracy says, my white dragon delivered me to a white rhino with 3 golden horns. But just before that, I heard child screams, my screams, as I was molested and beaten quiet. Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a perfect example of your inner child trauma coming up right away. So sometimes when you work with your power animal, you'll get a direct answer. Some of your power animal could be frank with you, could be direct and show you that right away, just get to the point. But other power animals will show you symbols like the colors that Linda was talking about as well. And they work a lot with symbolism. So Tracy, you're very, very blessed to have been shown that trauma like right away, right off the bat. And so now that you've identified that, you can really work with your dragon and your rhino and showing you how to be able to work through that and heal that.
Yes. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And we have Cassie sharing, I saw a buck today. Previously, I've been getting a lot of imagery of Sarunos in my journeys. I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure what that is either.
Cassie, give us another word or explain imagery of Sarunos. And then she says, recently had a journey in which my inner child was being depicted as a wounded fawn.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Celtic god Sarunos. Okay, I'm gonna have to go.
Wow. That's pretty deep. If this is the Cassie that I'm thinking it is, that makes perfect sense to me. And the thing about the inner child, that's another perfect example about being able to identify the wounds. And so you were wounded at that point, and at some point, and if you can now take that a little bit further with working with Serunos, because Serunos may be another in addition to a power animal, you can also have, when you get a little bit more advanced, you can also have guides in the higher realms as well. They can be angels, they can be spirit guides, they can be even gods, like Cassie's mentioning. So this may be another guide coming through in addition to a power animal as well that's guiding you deeper. So if she's worked with a little bit with her inner child before, she's ready to work through the blocks and the traumas at a deeper level.
Yes, okay. Little by little, layer by layer, with ease and grace. And I want to go to Linda's earlier, and hopefully, Linda, tell us if you feel better now from your experience today. Earlier in the beginning of our show, you sent in a chat. I want to be able to do that more. Nothing is flowing in my life right now.
Yeah.
So, Linda, I'm going to come and I'm going to unmute you. If you wish to share, you can ask a question now and unmute yourself. Say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I love the little bird there. Was that helpful? Was that helpful to you, Linda? Are you feeling better now?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
That's
yeah.
good.
That's a little baby robin that was in my backyard last week. He's sitting on our fence post, and the mother robin was feeding it.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what, there were robins around a lot lately, baby robins for some reason too.
So do you have any more of a question, or did we answer your question that transmission was helpful to you?
Oh, it was helpful. Yeah, I just meant that I've lost connection with spirit, and it comes and goes, and I've recently been through a lot, so I've been stuck a lot and not trusting spirit and trusting my own intuition. So and if I talk about it, I start to cry, and my voice has been going and scratchy the last few days. So it just seems all overwhelming right now, and nothing is changing no matter what I do, even though I've done lots of healing and lots of yoga and lots of other things, but I'm still stuck.
I'm getting the word surrender for you. I feel like you are overthinking, like doing all of the things and kind of overworking, and just surrender. And now that you've identified and connected to your power animal, ask for a clear transmission even through your dreams at night, and just start there. We are able to start back at the beginning at any time and clear and make ourselves a clear channel to reconnect when we may go through these times when life is chaotic. So surrender and ground. Make sure that you have a daily grounding practice every morning, and protect your energy, because I'm connecting to you, and I feel that you're very sensitive, which means that you're very empathic, which is a good thing, but we need to learn how to protect our energy and set those boundaries so that we don't doubt our own intuition. So I would do a daily grounding practice, and then start really connecting. Get yourself you can get like download a free shamanic track. I'd be happy to send something to you, or I can put something up, like a free maybe 10-minute shamanic track that would help you connect, or find the way that's best for you to connect, and then don't worry about what happened with losing the connection, because you will get it back if you're able to ground, protect your energy, and just surrender to it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Good.
Do it daily, I guess you could say.
Yes, daily.
Yeah.
It's so important during these chaotic times that we have a daily grounding practice, and centering and protecting our energy, so that we're able to trust our intuition and continue to stay connected, and as we continue to work through these traumas and heal them.
Yes, yeah, and be protected. Yes. Yes.
So you are not going to lose your power animal. Don't worry about that. You're not going to lose the connection. Just keep those things in mind. Is that helpful?
Yeah, that's very helpful. And seeing the colors again felt good, because I haven't for a while, for months now. So
I feel like you're an energy reader, or even an auric reader, because I can read auras as well, and I see the colors also. So I felt very connected to you when you said that as well.
that's interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yes, Linda, thank you. And we've learned in the past from other people who experience this, what is a seemingly disconnection with spirit is actually your own initiation into walking your path, trusting your intuition, like Amunta is sharing. So welcome to your journey and enjoy. You've got this. You do. Okay, thank you. So awesome. Thank you so much for this. And the track, the shamanic track, if you want to send that along as well, we can put it on this page. People can go back to the replay and play that while listening to the replay, and that will assist on the journey to enhance it a little bit for those who might need that tool. That'll work. So check back to this webpage, which is in the chat box here, and we'll get that to everyone. Okay. Well, Amunta, there is a beautiful way that people can work with you and continue to do this healing work. You're a great facilitator for that. And as you mentioned, you've got a new modality or a healing session that we are just launching here today. So this is all in your special offer. There's a couple of options there, so tell us more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited. So this was the very mini version, but this is what I've created is a 90-minute session. So this would be a one-on-one personal 90-minute session for you. And what we would do is we would go through and completely clear out your chakras, but a little bit more in depth than we went today, working with the angels. And then I would tune into, so the first half is a Reiki, and the second half for the 90 minutes is the shamanic. So the Reiki, after we clear out the chakras, I would then go into some Reiki healing specifically for each individual person. And I would send you the healing transmission anywhere that is shown to me, because basically when I'm tuning into someone's energy specifically, I get shown energetically where they need the healing. And I send those transmissions to them live during the session. And we work through that on the first half of the 90-minute session. And then I take you through the shamanic journey to the lower world, and we meet with your power animal. Now this is a little bit different than the personal one. So people will have a choice during this 90-minute session. For the shamanic portion, they can either choose to kind of do it the same way that we did it today, and then we'll share our experience and I will get channeling at the end, or they can just sit back and listen, and I can do what is given to me, because a lot of times I will get and I will get their power animal for them, and I will walk them through the journey as well. So that's a personal choice, but it's this beautiful 90-minute session, and it all kind of just flows through. Then I also have, that's the first one. And I also have a 60-minute session where if you want to do one or the other. So if you want to just do the healing portion, the Reiki portion that I just explained, and work with the healing transmissions on that side, or if you just want to do the shamanic portion and work with meeting your power animal and connecting to your inner child traumas and healing on all of that, you can do, those are 2 different 60-minute sessions there. So all in one, or you can break them down if you want to just kind of get your toes in and see what a session with me one-on-one feels like as well.
Yes, very transformative and supportive during these times. And really, you're tuning us into our inner wisdom, and that allows us to walk this journey on our own 2 feet with strength and endurance and power. So magical, the work that you do, helping people, and the choices that they're given in your offer is really wonderful. And I know it will help many. So if this resonates in your heart, please check out the link in this chat box on Zoom or on this webpage right here, and you'll see those options to work with Amunta Sunna. Really remarkable in this inner journey of ourself, exploring the depths within ourself, and the wonderful guides who assist us for life along the way. So thank you for this, Amunta. Really appreciate it. All right, well, as we say goodbye and close our sacred circle today, I just want to give you a moment for any final thoughts and comments.
Thank you so much. I am again honored to be here, and I'm so glad to have presented this today and connected with all of your beautiful energies. I hope that what you intended when you set your intentions today came through for you in whatever way, whatever the most healing way that means to you. And I absolutely would love and adore to work with anyone that resonated, even if you're just curious and you're just really feeling blocked in any portion of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or you're just feeling like you need a deeper connection, and whatever it is for you, I would absolutely love to connect with you and work with you, so that we can, because when we heal ourselves individually, that's when we can have that unconditional love to spread that love and start healing the collective. So it all stems back to that inner child and healing that inner child and that core wounds, so that we can be our best. We can come here to do what we're called to do and come together and unite with that unconditional love.
Yes. And unconditional love is evolving love. We are evolving love into that. And what a beautiful journey as we love ourselves in this way and access the support that's there for us. Amunta, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those who wish to work with Amunta, take her up on this incredible opportunity. It's all here. It's really affordable and it goes deep within you. So thank you. And do you record your sessions as well?
Yes, absolutely. I record every session with each client, and so that they can have a copy of it and tune into it, and you get lifetime access to it, only for yourself. Beautiful. And yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for this quantum conversation. We are feeling connected and we are feeling powerful and happy. I trust everyone is feeling the good vibes. Thank you, Amunta, and thank you for everyone watching and tuning in. As Amunta said, this changes our world, and for that, we are forever grateful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Amunta. Namaste.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.